Welcome back.
Hi.
We have some exciting things to show you guys, and it has everything to do with paint. Obviously, you can tell we're in Dallon's study. This is his office. It's blue.
It is very blue.
It looks really good.
It does.
They are like 2 days from being done. 2 days away, probably.
It's supposed to be done today.
Yeah, well, they're not going to be. But so we just obviously you'll see touch-ups. Not everything is completed. We have someone else come in to paint the built-ins, but we're getting really close. So today we'll walk you through and show you all the color choices and how it's looking thus far. And then we've got some more selections in my mom's house to go over. And then we've got built-ins in the living room.
Yep. So, Kendall told me to let y'all know what the color of this is, and it's Grace Harbor, Sherwin-Williams. We made a joint decision on this. I wanted something a little greener. She wanted something blue. This was kind of right in the middle. It's a little bit green, a little bit blue. I think it's going to look great. Going to get a big desk right here, TV up on the wall, deer heads on the right. So yeah, it's coming together. We're liking it. And all of these, the built-ins, they're white right now. We're gonna have somebody else come in and paint these, just like painted cabinetry. And so that will have that's a different painter that'll come in and do all that.
Same color, different painter. So everything in here is this Grace Harbor. I love it. I love it. It's exactly what I envisioned. I love that you kind of can't tell what the color is. It's blue, but it's also green, but it's also really gray. So I love that it has such a unique personality.
It's got some depth.
Yes. And then we're gonna wait to pick out this fireplace surround stone because
we haven't found anything
we haven't found it. We've been looking, so we're just gonna wait for the right piece.
So if you have any suggestions, put them in the comments.
We're looking for a quartzite.
Something dark, masculine.
Dark. Yeah, we don't want to go too modern with it. So anyway, there's like kind of a balance we have to find. But yeah,
the back of that will be painted black too. So
yeah,
the firebox. But
it's looking so good.
But yeah, here's my office. Now get out. It's my office.
Okay, if you hear the music in the background, it's just because it's a party.
Yeah, they're painting heavy upstairs right now.
Yeah, you know what? Whatever gets them in the zone. It's fine with us. So we're in the entryway. Okay, so all the trim in the entryway is now done. All the wainscoting around the walls.
Up the walls.
All the way up the stairwell. And then the color is alabaster. So alabaster is our base color. I think I've mentioned that before, but
it's a little yellow, just a little tint of yellow in alabaster, which kind of softens everything.
Yeah, I think it
looks great.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say I don't notice the yellow at all.
Right.
I like that this room is crisp and clean. We're gonna be doing a lot of stuff on these walls. Like we're gonna really decorate it, I guess. So I wanted the base to be white. It's looking really good. Yeah, so all they have to do is they've got some patchwork to do and touch-ups and stuff, but it's almost there.
We'll show you, we'll pan up and show you kind of how the stairway and everything looks. It turned out really good.
It turned out really good. I like it a lot.
We are sanding some of this down and restaining all these steps and handrails and posts and all the stuff. And so I met with the guy that built this house, his brother yesterday, and he was like, yeah, all of this is cherry wood.
We thought it was red oak.
I thought it was red oak.
Yeah.
But because it looks pretty similar. So we figured out it's all cherry. I had to take one of these
newel
post toppers over to a paint store, and they are going to be custom making the stain to match everything. I think that's the first time I've told you that.
Yeah.
And so to do this staircase, the rails, and the mother-in-law staircase and rails, so this stain is going to be different than the floor stain because it's a different wood. It's going to hold a different color. And so that'll be getting done this weekend. All the floors are getting done this weekend. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
So this was just like kind of an unexpected challenge for us. We always knew we wanted it to stay the same looking, but like to stay the same, you've got to figure out all those details. And
Right.
we just,
And that was from 1998.
yeah, we just didn't know. So learning a little bit of that.
Yep.
And then,
And then we're keeping the door the same color right now.
yeah, I like that stain color.
It kind of works with all the floors and the stairs. So we'll just have to touch it up and then change out all the hardware and things like that.
Yeah. Okay, this is the dining room. Dallon can't stop blue typing stuff because, yeah, that's what he does. But anyway, this is looking so good. This is the color Rosemary by Sherwin-Williams. Obviously, the upper part of the wall, all it's needing is a white primer because it's going to be wallpapered, which I've shown you the wallpaper already. I love this. When you first come in to like see how the paint is looking, all the windows are covered. There's really no light. Like, it's kind of not a good true example of what the color is going to look like, but even then, I loved it then. So that's a good sign. When you walk in, you're like, I don't even need any light. This is perfect. And now that it has light, it's just even better. So we're really, really happy with the way it turned out. I just think this room is going to be one of my favorites. It feels cozy, but still not like shut off from the rest of the house. I don't know. It's just like the perfect.
It's very open.
Yeah, it's open even though it is its own room. And I just think the green is perfect. I cannot wait to see it with wallpaper. We had our wallpaper lady come out and measure. And so she, as soon as we order and it comes in, she'll be like very quick with installation.
A couple hours.
Yeah, so as soon as we give her the green light, which we're not ready yet, but it'll be a very quick transition.
Yep.
Okay, so we are in the kitchen. The kitchen walls, the color is alabaster, and so is the trim.
Not all of the trim.
Well, not all the trim, but the trim on the walls is alabaster. The trim above the cabinets will be accessible beige, which is our cabinet color.
Yep.
The kitchen really needed to be white to make these cabinets stand out and pop off the walls, which I think it's very crisp, especially once you like everything is taped up. But when we expose all the warmth, our countertops are really warm too and beautiful. So there's going to be a lot of warmth in here. So we needed that white base to make all of that come forward. And then, yeah, everything about the kitchen is just really beautiful. We have now the glass front cabinet doors, which we won't show you today, but those are in and they look really, really good. And then as soon as they're done with paint in here and all this plastic is gone, we'll put on the hardware. So that also adds an element of warmth because it's brass. So I don't know, I'm really just happy with how it's coming together.
Yeah. We've got one issue that we're getting resolved. The oven did not fit
in our cabinets,
but it should be fixed this weekend.
It's fine. It's one of those things that happens with obviously there's always something. It doesn't go perfectly ever.
And that was the only thing cabinet wise. So
we'll just get that piece fixed so the ovens fit, and then we have some other like little loose ends to tie up before we can get all the appliances installed.
They're here. They're sitting in.
Yeah, our appliances are here. They're just not in the kitchen, so we've got like a valve issue,
We ordered,
there's a piece of wood in the way, stuff like that.
Where we got some of our kitchen hardware, they didn't send it to us on the original order, and then we told them they didn't send it to us about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then they finally sent it last week. So.
Oh, our pot filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can't put the countertop up until the valve is in, because you got to cut the drywall to get to it, and it's
very much a puzzle, and the puzzle pieces cannot be installed in a different order. They have to go in a certain order. So if one of those pieces is off the schedule, it screws everything else up. So we're just dealing with that, which is obviously normal. That happens. Yep. So lots to come in the kitchen.
It's coming from Morocco, so
it's beautiful brass. It's gorgeous. It'll be worth the wait, I think. And then we can walk carefully over here until the living room. Okay, so last time we had these cabinet base installed, but we didn't have the built-ins trimmed out. So now here it is. We went with accessible beige, which is the same color as our cabinetry. I love how it ties together. I love how it speaks to each other. These are essentially in the same room because it's very much open. So I wanted a neutral. We will put a art light in the middle of that picture frame, and then a frame TV. Yeah. Probably with like a gold frame to tie in brass hardware and stuff. So this is looking really good. I can't wait to see it with like things to make it feel like us. Yeah. So this is our powder bathroom right off the kitchen. Last video, I told you guys that this is like my little DIY project. The antique dresser we're turning into a sink vanity. It's installed, which is great, and I actually stained it, and it looks really good. But we can't uncover it yet because they're not done painting this room. So next video, we'll like show you how it's looking. We should have the marble top on and the sink, and then we'll have all the drawers back in. So next time it'll be like pretty much done, I think. But this is what it looks like now.
So we're in our pantry.
Butler's pantry.
Yeah. Right now, this is what this one looks like. We've got it all roughed in and ready to roll for whenever we decide to finish it. That side is going to have a fridge or freezer and pantry cabinets, and then this side will have a sink, extra dishwasher, a dog bowl filler, like feeding area, and then just storage.
So this has always been on like not phase 1. It's always been on phase 2 plans. So this is what it's looking like for now. So when we move in, this is what it will look like.
And we might put like a backup fridge in here or something.
Yeah, and we have like, we can put a table. Like we can put things in here to make it a little bit functional. It'll probably just end up being storage if we're honest about our habits. We just will dump things in here.
It's a great place to throw stuff right off the garage.
Yeah, so this is it. This is our primary bedroom. It's white, it's alabaster, it looks really good, clean, crisp, fresh. Now, is it gonna stay this way forever? I don't know. But when I get in here and we get settled, I think the room will tell me what it wants to look like. But right now, it's white.
Well,
and I think
there's a little green for right now.
That's not supposed to stay there, but it is gonna be there when we move in.
We just couldn't figure out what we wanted.
So whatever. Anyway.
But it's a functioning fireplace. I mean, not that it looks very functioning right now, but it will be.
It will be. Anyway, this is very much TBD, but it looks good. It looks clean and fresh. And then we'll come this way to the primary bathroom. Okay, this is origami white. We had to go with the cooler white in here because of all of our finishes. So this is kind of also TBD about like how it's all gonna come together with the marble everywhere. So we'll see how that pans out. But it's looking good. Is there anything you want to add?
It's white.
White. Okay, this is not white. This is green.
It's very green.
It's really green and it looks so good. So obviously walls, trim, ceiling, all the same color. We're waiting to paint the cabinetry because we have someone else do that with a cabinet grade paint. So everything is going to be green. And I love it. I love the color. I think it's a lot of green. I don't know. He keeps saying that. I don't think he likes it, but I don't really care. The first day he saw it, he was like, yeah, I mean, it's green. And I was like,
it'll come together. When you put some clothes in here and you put some things and countertop, it'll come together.
Yeah, well, this is not his closet, so it doesn't matter. I'm really vibing with it. I think when it was first painted and all the windows were covered, I was a little bit like, oh, wow. But now that there's natural light in here, we have lights on and we're still missing the center pendant and sconces. So it's going to be very lit up, which is very helpful for the color, but I really like it. It makes me happy. And I think that that's really all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. It's called Lemongrass from Sherwin-Williams. I said that last video, but obviously they have a ton of touch-ups to do on the trim and some of the MDF trim shelving, but it's looking good. Okay, so this is the laundry room right off my closet. I have always said that I wanted to maybe find a antique door to replace this one, just because I thought, oh, that'd be a nice decorative touch. Well, now that it's green, I don't know why it did not click in my brain that this door would be green. Now, I'm not probably gonna shut this door because this is my laundry room and that's my closet. There's no, there's no sense of like needing privacy between the two rooms. So this will probably remain open and this room is not green. So I looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna need to prioritize replacing this with like an antique door so that when this remains open, it fits the vibe of this room, but also this room. Which is those little things you just like, I didn't think about. And then I walked in, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to find an antique door, which is fine.
She doesn't like having doors closed in the house.
Anyway, so the plan for this room is we picked out a quartz countertop, sink, walls will remain white. This is, like I said, alabaster, our base color. Eventually we'll do a wallpaper. It's just not a priority at the time. It's already been measured though for wallpaper, so that's good. And then we'll paint the cabinets. I'm leaning towards accessible beige, which is our kitchen cabinet and our living room built-in color, but that is gonna go really well with the floor, which is that beige and cream checkerboard. So it's gonna be a very neutral room, which this doesn't really belong in. So it'll be a antique door when we find one.
This is our guest bathroom that we didn't do anything to.
This is the only room in the entire house that we did not do anything to except for paint.
We painted, fixed some plumbing, but other than that,
This is the way it's
this is
gonna
it.
look.
It'll get retiled and gutted sooner than later, but for right now, it wasn't a priority. It didn't matter. Everything works. Toilet works. There's a tub. There's a shower.
Yeah, it's fully functioning, really low on our priority list, but this will just be like a phase 2 project. So yeah, but this is what
We
it's
got
looking
painted.
like. Yeah, it's white.
Yeah, it's white, so it works. Yeah.
Okay, so this is my mom's side of the house. Her paint looks so good. I really, really love it. Her trim color is called Creamy, which is it's becoming very popular. I never saw it when she picked it. I just was like, okay, yeah, I'll write it on the paint schedule. It looks amazing. And then the wall color is called River's Edge, which I think is a beautiful beige, neutral beige. It looks really, really nice, especially in the natural light. But as far as like updates, other than paint in here, we've selected a floor. So this will be the floor in the kitchen because I don't know if you remember, but she has hardwoods here and then it stops and then it's
Linoleum.
yeah. So we had to replace that and it couldn't be hardwoods.
So they built the cabinets on top to get the hardwoods in. We would have had to cut out part of the subfloor. So it's just going to be easier to put this on. And we've got this. It's the right height and thickness to be flush. So
this is the floor, which I think will be really pretty. And then the countertops are a quartz. The color's called Sugar. And she's got some appliances rolling in. So it's starting to really take shape and it's looking really good.
Yeah.
And then we can go to her bedroom and talk about carpet.
Here we are in her mom's bedroom. We picked out a carpet last night. I don't remember what the name was, but it's like a lighter color.
The color's Vanilla Bean.
Yep.
The brand, let's see, Classic Elements by Pure Color. And the color is Vanilla Bean, which is 5047. Anyway, we don't do a ton of carpet in homes. So it was interesting. Like Dallon and I went to the store, picked out a bunch of like sample boards and brought them to her and then brought them in the space and looked at everything. It is thin enough. It's not like super plush and thick. It's pretty thin. I don't know what you call that. Like, I don't know carpet terms, but it's thin. So if she wanted to put an area rug, because this is going in her bedroom, but also in her living room.
In her closet.
In her closet. So if she wanted to put an area rug down, it still allows that because it is so thin, it's not super thick. So anyway, I think it's really great. The color looks amazing. It's a lighter color, so just gotta, watch for stains.
Yeah.
But we got a spot bot, so it'll be fine.
I don't think it'll.
Yeah, I
It's
told her,
not going to be as high traffic.
right, and she was concerned about it being light, like, oh no, light carpet's hard to keep clean, but I'm like, yeah, one shade darker is still hard to keep clean, so it doesn't matter. To me, in my mind, I'm like, whatever. So anyway, I think it's gonna look really nice in here, and it matches all of her finishes really nice.
Her closet is now finished. Got a light bulb. So she has high, low, and high here hanging, and then she has her own laundry stackable hookup with a couple other built-ins in here. So it looks really good.
This is my mom and I's shared office space. It's right between our houses, if that makes sense. Like our living room's that way, her kitchen's that way, right in the middle. This is it. This is what it's gonna look like when we move in. I didn't have capacity for it mentally, and it's always kind of been like on phase 2 list. So we might bring in a table in here. She's a seamstress. She does a lot of sewing. So like it's not like an office for office work. It's like a working room.
Arts and crafts room.
Arts and crafts room. Honestly, I'm excited though, because I have thought that I want to put like a section of when we do cabinetry or like built-ins in here for like gift wrapping, like a gift wrapping station. That is very much my mom and I. So that'll be fun. Anyway, little things that I've thought about. But for right now, this is it. This is what it's looking like. These are not gonna stay in here. These are the cabinets that were the wrong measurement for the living room. So they're just kind of living in here until we find
floating around until we figure out where to put them.
we find a home for them. But I love this room. I think it's beautiful. It's huge. The natural light is stunning. So I know when we do get to it, it'll be really beautiful.
Yeah, and it'll look over the backyard or next to the porch. The steps to the porch are right here. So it'll have a good view.
A very important detail has been installed.
That's right. It's the first time this house has ever seen gutters.
We got gutters.
We got gutters. We got 6-inch round gutters, white. Just kind of wanted them to disappear into the house. And they are in.
Yeah.
And so now all we have left are shutters. We got gutters, now we need shutters.
We're almost done with the exterior. The last kind of selection to make is the stain color for the front doors. We are going to restain the outside because they've had a lot of weather damage. So sand, restain, finish those. They'll look relatively the same. I don't want them to look that different, so that's not like a big
And we also have
decision.
a pond in the front yard right now that we're working on.
The front yard really likes to hold water, so we're really trying to work on that, and our efforts seem to be not working.
Yeah, so more dirt.
Yeah.
Very
But
good.
other than that, the front yard is really not going to change until we move, and then
We've got fencing that's tentatively starting next week. So
oh yeah, that's pretty big. That's exciting.
we're gonna run 1,000 feet of horse fence.
Okay,
on the
that's
place.
actually a decision we haven't even talked about with you guys. So we're gonna do a black. Is
Horse
it called
fence.
a horse fence?
Yeah, it's a horse fence.
Horse
Farm
fence. It has like 4 slats. So it's not the cross. It's like 4 parallel slats. I think it looks pretty and clean. I liked the black option more than white.
Yep.
Because our house is not really stark white, so I thought black would be a nice contrast. We have 2 dogs, so we can't move in until we have something fenced off. So that's why we're doing this. We just want to make sure our dogs are safe and secure.
In our backyard, which is actually the side yard, we are going to put some type of chicken wire or metal fencing inside of that fencing so that they can't get through the slats.
Yeah,
so
'cause
you won't be able to see it.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah,
And then next is landscaping, but that's going to be a whole nother thing for a whole nother time.
by yours truly. I love landscaping. It's my favorite part of this process.
This landscaping is it's gonna break us though. It's so much.
It's a lot of landscaping.
It's
but
a lot.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we've talked about it. Dallon has actually talked about the landscaping of this house before we even owned it.
I
He's
knew
into
what
it.
we were going to do.
So we've hammered out some details. We've talked about some certain
Plants.
species of plants
Yeah.
that we're going to be doing. But that's, again, that
It's
is
going to
like,
go all full out southern on this.
yeah. Which
And
you
that's
gotta-
hard for you.
It is, but we got to lean in. The style of the house is
Yeah.
pretty traditional. So anyway, that's again, another time we'll share all of that, I'm sure. But that's pretty much it for the exterior. We're almost there.
We are almost there.
So that's it for today, which is kind of a lot. But next time the paint will be 100% done, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, obviously it was covered and some things had to be patched and finished, but it will be there next time. And then next video, we will have so much
Yep,
to
we're
talk
going to
about.
be trimming everything out. We're going out of town for a couple days. And
So when we come back, we expect this house to be finished.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
kidding.
Just got to whip everybody into shape.
We'll have all the lighting, which is my favorite thing, all the countertops, which is another one of my
Plumbing.
favorite things, and then
Plumbing,
fixtures.
hardwood floors. I mean, it'll all be done. They'll
Yeah,
be working
so we're
on little
really,
things.
we're really getting there.
Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we would love it if you'd like to subscribe to our channel, and there's a lot more to come.